Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to talk about Robert Francis O'Rourke, better known as Beto O'Rourke. For whatever reason, Robert apparently doesn't work, or Rob. They chose Beto. Here's a list of the 2020 Democrat presidential candidates. I'm just going to go through a few of them. We got Christine Gillibrand, former Rep. Beto O'Rourke. It should be Robert Francis O'Rourke if we're going to be using names, real names at least. Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, Cory Booker, Kamala Harris, Tulsi Gabbard, who I think should be the option for them, but they've seemed to be throwing her under the bus every time they get a chance. To me, she's the most intelligent. She's a war veteran, so she knows what it's like to be on the battlefield, unlike any of these clowns that are front runners. They don't have the pedophile Joe Biden on here for whatever reason, but he had a little slip up saying that he was going to be running, so we'll see what happens there. But today, let's go into Robert Francis O'Rourke. We have here a beautiful writing from the guy. And I'm just going to choose the most devastating part because I don't want to waste your time. But the fact that this guy can still be talking at events and being considered as a president. I mean, they're saying that he can be president of the United States. And they're promoting him as having qualities and being a decent person, because we know that past presidents have been absolutely horrific. But I don't think any of them had a writing like this. So apparently his name was Psychedelic Warlord. And I'm just going to start from here. Then one day, as I was driving home from work, I noticed two children crossing the street. They were happy to be free from their troubles. I knew, however, that this happiness and sense of freedom were too overwhelming for them. This happiness was mine by right. I had earned it in my dreams. As I neared the young ones, I put all my weight on my right foot, keeping the accelerator pedal on the floor until I heard the crashing of the two children on the hood. And then the sharp cry of pain from one of the two. I was so fascinated for a moment. Then, when after I had stopped my vehicle, I just sat in a daze, sweet visions filling my mind. My dream was abruptly ended when I heard a loud bang on the front window. It was an old man who was trying to use his cane to awaken me. So I'm not going to continue. Obviously there's a level of confusion when you read something like this and then know that the person who wrote this is being promoted in the Democratic Party as someone who can become president. Knowing that the Democratic Party right now is trying to have children murdered after birth. So not only was it, okay, let's get abortion. All right, now we're here. We got abortions. First couple of months, abortion. Oh, nope, second trimester now. Okay, second trimester, abortion. Okay. Third trimester, you got a baby that has a heartbeat, it's kicking, it's moving, it's ready to pop out and get to work on this earth, even though that's not what we teach the children anymore. And they're still, up until that point, wanting to kill children, babies. And the process in the third trimester, which I probably shouldn't get into, but it's stabbing the baby with a needle that has poison, and then the mother has to come back and deliver that child after a few days. Very rarely, but sometimes, the baby is still alive. The poison didn't work. The baby was able to fight this sick, twisted fate that it was given by a sick individual. I'm sorry. The baby survives that, and it is still killed afterwards. So a baby, a child that is fighting for its life in the womb, comes out, it's still alive, and the doctors do not give aid to that child. This is the Democratic Party that we're talking about. And the person that they're pushing so hard right now to become president of the United States has this writing. What is the Democratic, what is the people, and forget about the leaders. I already know that the leaders are psychos. And we're all crazy, I get that. But most of us don't agree with killing children, number one. And most of us don't write about killing children. I would hope that this is, he's a part of 5% of the world, I hope. I put all my weight on my right foot, keeping the accelerator pedal on the floor until I heard the crashing of the 2 children on my hood, and then the sharp cry of pain from one of the 2. I was so fascinated for a moment. This is what's being offered as the 2020 Democratic presidential candidate. One of them. And we're going to get into the rest of them. We're going to talk about Joe Biden. We're going to talk about, Cory Booker and Bernie Sanders. We all know he's a fraud. But can the Democratic Party, the people in the party, start to talk a little bit more about these things for the sake of the children? It has nothing to do with Republicans winning. We're going to win anyway. But for the sake of the children and the health of the world and for peace and just whatever it is that you would find it in you to discuss the killings of children. Whatever bothers you, talk about that and speak more to these topics, because clearly the Democrats are just trying to throw anything they possibly can out there. And that's disturbing. I mean, I understand you want to win, but you want to win so bad that you're going to have a individual who is written about killing children, who goes around, saying that it's a woman's choice to kill a child in the 3rd trimester or even after birth if they decide that they don't want the child, whatever it was that the Virginia governor had mentioned. Clearly they don't care who they put in there. They want any, and then Tulsi Gabbard is getting clobbered. It just doesn't make any sense. So that's it for Robert. There's plenty more to talk about the guy, but I just wanted to get that out there.